What's going on, folks? Hope you guys are all doing well out there. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are all doing well out there, all having a good evening, a good night. Welcome to the show. I am Thailand Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and you guys are watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. Again, hope you guys are all out there doing well. Hope everybody is doing fine and all that good stuff like that. If you are new to the channel, make sure you get an idea what this channel is about in its entirety before you make the commitment of subscribing to the channel. But if you have been with me for a while, just double check to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And again, I want to welcome you all here. With that being said, also, don't forget that if you are someone that's subscribed to the channel, don't forget that bell notification right there. That right there. Look, this is so weird when you're looking at it on camera. That thing right there. Right there, make sure that that bell notification is set to all notifications. That way, when I go live, you guys should be alerted by YouTube. And for the ones who keep on emailing me saying, dude, you're great, thank you for what you do, how can I support you? That's completely up to you. But if you want to do that, the Cash App emblem is down there. Yes, there are super chats in YouTube, but YouTube gets a piece of that pie. So would I rather have you send it directly to me? Of course. But if you do send something to Cash App, great. God bless you. If you don't send it to do Cash App or nothing at all, it does not matter. Great. God bless you. I'm just letting you know that option is there because y'all keep emailing me saying, where can I send this? Where can I send that? There it is right there. If you don't have Cash App, maybe I need to put a PayPal link in there too. But anyway, with that being said, folks, I'm getting ready to get into this right here. Now, it is again. I told you guys when that video of me in the school board meeting went viral, everybody focused on the CRT stuff. No, let me see if I can find it. Nobody was, don't get me wrong. They also, the CRT stuff was just the main heavy hitter, but nobody really mentioned anything about what I said about the kids being, hypersexualized, whatever like that. So let me see if I can find that clip and I will bring you guys in on it. Okay. So give me a second and I will find it and I will show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So give me 1 second to find this. Let's see. Where you guys all from? Where y'all tuning in from? What? That video was not up there? Did they get taken down? They probably took it down. Took it down on the brother. Hold on. Give me a second, folks. But if I don't find it, no big deal. There she is. There I am. Let's see. There's that. Let's see. Is that one? Is that one? Hold on. Guys, if I don't find it, no big deal. I'll just bring y'all through what I said. So pretty much we were going in there to talk about them bringing in and ushering in this era of critical race theory, along with also though, what they wanted to do was to bring in this crazy sexualized stuff for these kids to read. And I went off about that too. So with that being said, you guys read the title there. A California early childhood teacher admits to using a gender unicorn Okay, she used a gender unicorn to instruct kids on sexual attraction. Sexual attraction. As if it wasn't already enough when I told you guys some time ago how we watched those movies in school, Disney movies, and when the princess and the prince kissed or anybody kissed, some children got in trouble outside because they went out and they emulated those behaviors. They got in trouble. They couldn't figure it out. In the movie, in the cartoons, whenever they kissed, everyone was ooh in the classroom. The teacher kind of so it puts something in your mind as a kid psychologically that what you just witnessed there was something that had a positive feedback. You got praise for it. It made the teacher happy. It made the teacher smile. What these children ended up doing, they ended up going outside, going behind a tree, and they ended up kissing each other, and they got caught and they got in trouble for doing that. And the kids were upset and crying, not because they did that. They were upset and crying because they couldn't figure out why they were in trouble. If you follow me, they couldn't figure out why they were in trouble. All right, so go ahead and read some more into this. The California teacher said that if parents don't like how she conducts herself, they can go to another classroom. A California early childhood teacher admitted during a presentation that she uses an age-appropriate gender unicorn in her classroom, which included content on sexuality and gender, according to a video obtained by Fox News Digital. Danita McCrae currently works as a child development teacher at an elementary school in Sacramento City Unified District. At a 2021 California Teachers Association conference, McGray gave a presentation on how to incorporate gender ideology into early childhood. The CTA is the most powerful affiliate of the nation's largest labor union, the National Education Association. Now, early childhood is 0 to 8 years old. So that's kind of like from preschool to third grade. And the focus of this workshop is to provide you with positive strategies to support transgender and gender nonconforming children. This is not saying what she just got done saying. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what anybody say. I'm going to give my opinion on here, and it is my opinion. It is my own. Kids don't know what they are at that age. See what I'm saying? A kid does not know what they are at that age. And by them not knowing what they are at that age, no child can sit there. And I'm telling y'all right now, for you to have grown up, and I'm not trying to rat nobody down, my opinion. And I also have some medical research behind this too, until they flipped and changed it. That's why I keep all the old almanacs of that, medical almanacs, encyclopedia. But anyway, so you have people who made the argument that ever since I was 4 years old, and ever since I was 5 years old, ever since I was 6 years old, I always knew I was a no, you did not, because at 4 and 5, 3 years old, you don't know what you are. So when you say things like, I've known since I was 3 years old that I was gay, you don't even know. There's no concept in your mind of what that even is as a kid. There's no concept. Well, Ty, there are kids. No. Little kids show love to anybody, and little kids will hug each other. They would kiss each other on the lips. They would show love. Little boys would kiss little boys. Little girls kiss little boys. But that's nothing to do with sexual orientation or sexual desire. It's just little kids being kids, because they know that at home they might get that same type of love. They know mommy kissed me, daddy kissed me, grandma kissed me, and they got friends in there. And you no, y'all don't kiss. And you don't act like y'all never encountered that before. You've encountered it where little kids might be somewhere, it could be little cousins, whatever. They 4 years old, 3 years old, and they'll sit there and hug each other and give each other a kiss. And you are, oh, that's so sweet. They get older, and if they do happen to be about that lifestyle, don't use that as an escape. But don't try to use it as an excuse to say, I knew since I was 3 years old that I was. Stop. 3, 4 years old, you don't know what you are. You don't have that going on in your mind. Really, that stuff don't hit until you get into a certain age, like, getting ready to go into grade school. By that time, your parents already taught the little girls how to pee and wipe themselves. By that time, little boys being taught how to pee and shaking and all that. Don't get no drippity drips anywhere. Put the toilet seat down when you get down. Come on now. The reason I'm saying that is because when you're teaching your children that, you're not teaching them that because you're telling them you do this because you are a girl. You do that and you teach them that because that's how they use the bathroom. When little girls go to the bathroom, you don't sit there and tell them to stand up and just spray, do you? No. Why? Because it would be messy. How do you know? Apparently, some women back in the day, well, I don't know how long ago, apparently some women see that did not work. That's why y'all squat down. If there's no toilet available, what do y'all women do? You squat down. I've never seen a woman stand up. and just open her legs and then just start peeing. I've never seen that. I haven't. Yeah. When y'all say, "Well, have you seen women?" Yeah. Oh God, in school. Oh my God, like just out in the hood when we everybody on the block and everything like that. Somebody from another hood, they just go to your backyard, they'll squat down inside the house and just sit there and pee. Yes, as little mannish boys, we looked over there and peed. She squatted down and pee. We were confused, like, wow, girls pee out of their booty. Like we were confused. So what I'm saying that for, when it came to my sons, I guarantee you, if I would have taught my sons that they pee and they poop while sitting down, if I would have instilled that behavior and that routine into them at an early age, my sons right now would probably still be sitting down and peeing. But no, daddy showed them how to pee. I didn't say this is how you pee because you are a boy. I didn't do that. I showed them this is what people that have a penis does, period. If you have a penis to go to the toilet, this is what you do, and you pee. And then as they got older, I told them to make sure you shake. What's you? Come on, y'all. Let's not act like you don't. Come on now. You tell them that they know this. They do it. They practice it. Same thing. They go with a men's bathroom. They go to a urinal. A urinal. I mean, they go to a urinal and they pee. You teach them that. You don't say, well, the reason why I'm teaching that is because you're a boy. No, as a parent that's been passed down, you just instilled those things into your children. The reason I'm saying that is because even while you were training your children to do that, they had no concept. Let me tell you this. I've known of people who are fathers that they, while keeping their little kid, they would go to the bathroom and their little kid would be, their daughter would be in the walker. She would be outside the bathroom, and little walkers, the kids got the wheels on it, and she would watch her daddy pee. She would just watch her daddy pee. And then one day she went up and she grabbed her belly button at the toilet and she tried to, she was going, I'm not gonna tell you who this is. It's a friend of mine. I got a lot of male friends who got daughters that told me this. All of them relate to each other telling this same story. And then it's like, oh, babe, hey, she tried to, she grabbed her belly button and tried to, she was sitting there doing that. She was trying to pee out her belly button, but it doesn't work that way. So then mommy had to show her how to, don't get me wrong, any parent can show their kids how to pee. It doesn't even matter. Like, if I had a daughter, I would show my daughter how to use the bathroom, her daddy. Yeah. So what I'm saying that for is that you teach them according to the parts that they have. It's that simple. Kids don't have no concept at that time. All they know is this is what I need to do so I won't get wet anywhere, so I won't pee on myself, so I won't sprinkle anywhere. This is what you teach them to do. Can boys sit down and pee? Yes, they do. Every grown man right now, you sit down and pee. So let's not go to every last man in this entire nation right now. If you have a toilet at home, you sit down and pee, period. Oh no, Tyrese, no. If you only have to do the number one, I know you don't. But men, let's be real. When you do the number two, you also are sitting down and peeing too. You pee and poop. Come on now, let's get past that. Anyway, I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. The whole point of saying all that is, as children, there's no concept of me being a girl or a boy. There's no concept of me being attracted to little other boys, whatever like that. Kids just love everybody. That's why you have to keep them away from strangers, because the kid is so innocent. They're so trusting. There's no comprehension. There's no sense of danger. That's why people offer things to kids that they know kids like. Let's be real. That is why little kids will get kidnapped. Little kids are very trusting. There's no concept of danger. There's no alert there. If you have something in your hand, the little kid will come to you, and you can be the most dangerous pedophile person in the world, but the kid don't know that. They're innocent. They're innocent. The issue that I'm having with this is when you end up taking that purity, okay, and you pouring your corruption in it. That glass of water that was so pure, so beautiful, that when light shined through it, it glistened, it sparkled. Now you want to sit there and pour your corruption in that purity. That's what you're doing right now. And whatever you pour into that water is going to change that water. It will no longer just be water. It's going to be whatever you poured into that water. Okay? What are you saying, Ty? When you do things like introducing kids to sexual-like type things, because a child is so innocent, that child will go out and practice those things. You in here that maybe have had children, or you have children right now, when you see your kids do something that they may have seen you do, you know what I'm talking about. Your kids have seen you do something when they were little, and they went out and tried to do it too. Just like when we were little. When I think of my youngest one at one time, they were outside playing, and all of a sudden he was in the car and had the keys and act like he was about to drive. Yeah. I think he was like 4 years old. He got into our little red car, sitting in the car. Door was open. He got the keys, trying to put the keys somewhere in the car. Why did he do that? Now, did I get mad at him? No. Did he get in trouble? No. It's just more like, hey, no, you can't do that. You don't do that. No, you don't. No, you don't do that. But you drive, daddy. Oh, I know. I just want to drive. That's what I'm saying. They see what you do and they will go out and practice those things. Now, imagine, because there were some sick folks out there that wrote this book. There was a sick individual out there who said they should sit there and let their children watch their parents have sex. Do you know how disgusting you are? Yeah, I'm calling you that. Yeah, y'all don't believe me? Look it up. There is a woman out there who is suggesting with these books that you should let your children see you make love. You know how disgusting and traumatizing and cringy, and all you won't be, your kids won't be able to look at you in the eye no more. You won't even be able to look your own kids in the eyes. What am I saying that for? The innocence of a child can be perverted. You will end up having little kids that should not have had any type of sexual orientation, no sexual themes, anything like that sparked in them until they went through the natural progression that God put in them biologically that happens around adolescence. When all of a sudden their natural feelings start to come in, the natural hormonal changes, the natural urges start to come in. But now you want to introduce them to sexual stuff at an early age. Those children are going to go out and practice it. They will go out and practice it. That's why I like some of the folks that I grew up around. Don't let them play house. Yeah. When little kids tell me they want to play house, you better make sure you there. I'm just, let's be real. If little kids are going around talking about, oh, we want to play house, you better make sure there's an adult in there. I'm just telling y'all. I'm just flat out telling you. I'm about to call some folks out. I'm about to call some folks out. There's some people we grew up with in the hood. She know who she is. We grew up in the hood. And she wanted to play house with one of my cousins. Had to be like maybe 8, 9 years. I know I was in the I was in the 4th grade. And she talking about some let's play house. She wanted to be the mama. And my cousin, who was her same age, he was going to be the daddy. And me, my friend, and like my brother, we were the kids. So it all started off with, the fake food, cooking and all that. She telling us to go to bed. Next thing you know, you hearing ooch, ach, ooch, ach, ooch, ah. What the heck is going on? What are they doing? She in there being a little mannish little kid. She in there pants rubbing my cousin. We sitting there like, what is she doing? Oh my God. But guess what? We told. Hey, she was my mom was like, she was doing what? I'm like, I don't know, but she was doing like this. My mom, who was doing that? Such and such was. To who? She did it to Cuzzo, such and such. My mom called her mom, your little fast A daughter. Da 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 da. And yeah. And then after that, we found out he kept on saying, she said, let's kiss. She kept saying, let's kiss. She kept kissing me right here. She kept doing like that. She kept doing that. The only reason why that little girl was doing that is because I'm just being her mama was a hoe. Everybody was smashing her mom. And that little girl saw what was happening to her mom as an innocent child. She did not know that what she was doing was wrong. And I'm just telling y'all, in the hood, if there are a bunch of men running through a woman, that woman tells that little girl, just call him daddy, or just that's uncle. Call him uncle. That's Uncle Mark. That's Uncle Eddie. You know what I mean? That's Uncle Terry. That's Daddy. Just call him Daddy Terry. And so these little kids see that behavior, and she went out and she emulated. We in the 4th grade, and she's trying to practice that with her cousin. Her mama want to get on her and whoop her and all this stuff like that. When we like, my mom like, well, why was she coming down here doing that? What was she doing? Why was she trying to kiss him? Why was she sitting there? Yeah, hey, y'all. I know I'm comical with a lot of this stuff. When I saw that, she was on my cousin. She seen some things. I mean, she was grinding on my cousin, and he on his back like this, and she just up there going. She up there talking some ooch, ach, ooch, ach, ooch, ach. I will never forget that. I will never forget that. We tease over it now, and we tease her too, though. I mean, because she didn't know, she was a kid. But what I'm saying, Imagine right now, imagine right now, you have these teachers. They're not getting, they now that is being praised. Kids being sexually active now is going to be praised. They're going to celebrate it. Oh, you like touching on this or touching or feeling? Oh, sexual attraction. Oh, you want to kiss her? No, that's fine. Keep doing it. You are going to have a generation of confused, hypersexualized, perverted children growing up. Is what you're getting ready to have. And I know I got off, folks. I know I got off a little bit. Let me get back into it right here. Like I said, she said, this right here says, during the professional development session, McCrae recommended early childhood teachers introduce transgenderism to toddlers. For example, she said they should incorporate a gender unicorn worksheet in their classrooms. The gender unicorn discusses sexuality. Yeah, the gender unicorn discusses sexuality, gender identity, gender expression, and romantic attraction. Y'all didn't hear me? I'm gonna try to do this in the radio voice, like of just low. I don't have a radio voice. The gender unicorn discusses sexuality, gender identity, gender expression, and romantic attraction. Other terms the educators claimed were pertinent to the age group included sexual orientation, agender. McCrae was asked by one of the teachers whether toddlers were too young for these conversations. She said, I've done research. I have got my doctorate degree. Children are not too young at 5 years old. Children understand gender as early as 3 years old. Why are they doing this? What 3-year-old is going around and testifying that they understand this? If they understand it, then you wouldn't need to be taught it. Did I miss something there? If they understood it, if they understood who they are and what they're supposed to do, why do they need to be taught it? I said I was going to stay in my radio voice. I'm sorry, y'all. If a child at 3 years old knows and understands gender and all that stuff as early as 3 years old, the child does not need to be taught it then, right? Because they know it. They understand it. Understanding is comprehension. Comprehension is knowing. Why would they need to be taught it? This right here, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care who you are. Understand when I tell you this. When you do things like this, that is nothing more than ushering in under the carpet, wolves in sheep's clothing, devilish pedophilia. No one should be talking to no child about sex. I don't care who you are. Those things like that, ladies and gentlemen, this is not education. Children are not even being taught anatomy and physiology before they're being taught about sexual attractiveness, romantic attraction, agender, cisgender, transgender. These children are not even being taught about anatomy and physiology, and there is a reason why they are not teaching them anatomy and physiology. You want to know why? Because nature does not lie. Nature does not lie. I'm so glad, and I'm not going religious on any of y'all, but I'm just talking about I'm so glad that God did things the way he did on a molecular level, because nature will not lie. Biology does not lie. Men carry X and Y chromosome. Women carry the XX chromosome. Period, point blank, mark, end of the subject. You can change anything you want to on your body. You can get your lips blown up. You can get your eyes taken out. You can cut your arm off. You can remove your penis and turn it into a false vagina. But no matter what you do, that DNA that is within you, that God so wonderfully and intellectually put there, is not going to lie to you as an individual. You are doing something that a lot of people decide to do, which is exercising your free will, which you have every right to do it. But at the same time, what you are not being told and what you are not understanding is that all the things you do to yourself is going to have a consequence. The consequence of having multiple sex partners is running the risk of getting AIDS, HIV, syphilis, chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes. That comes with the territory of having multiple sex partners, right? Yes, it does. If you cut your femoral artery, you will bleed out in less than 2 minutes, right? If you cut your freaking jugular, if you slice your jugular right here, you will bleed out probably in less than 2 minutes. Why? Because you cut yourself. When you bleed out and die, that is a result of the decision that you made to cut yourself. When you do these things that they are praising y'all for and pushing you to do when it comes to gender reassignment, you are going to suffer the consequences of doing that. It's very simple. Nature will not lie to you. Don't forget to hit the like button right now, ladies and gentlemen, so this video can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm. Who is the author? We should be able to write publishing companies and the author. Okay, the author of this sickness, the author of it is called, her name is Danita McCrae. And it got something, I mean, these books they're talking about shows like I Am Jazz and Sparkle Boy, but what she's introducing is this gender unicorn. So again, she said, I've done the research. I have my doctorate degree. What the freaking heck is that supposed to mean? Y'all, what is that supposed to mean? What? I got 2 degrees. What does that mean? That don't mean I know everything. What does that mean? Because I've done the research. What research? You telling me you went to, come on. You know you did not. That's just the thing to say. And then if you've done the research, I have my doctorate. That doesn't mean y'all look, I'm telling y'all right now. Understand this. Just because you have a degree does not make you anything special. What makes me in the medical field what I am is the hands-on practice. When I was doing therapy, the massage, the cracking vertebrae, you know what I'm saying? Adjustments, doing art, active release tension, ultrasound, E-stim, hydro, cryo, fluidotherapy, infrared, all those things that I did, it does not matter because I have a degree. What you're going to want to know is how competent I am in doing those things, right? That's what it's all about. Let's be real. If there was no such thing as having to need a degree to become a therapist, to become a PA, to become a nurse, to become a doctor, you wouldn't need that degree because that degree does not solidify anything. If you had to do it like in the old days, like I have a resident right now, he's in his late 80s. He became a doctor in 4 years. Because guess what? Back in his day, all you had to do was follow a doctor around for 4 years and you became a doctor. You took the board's examination and you passed. You became a doctor. There was no degree in his day. It was optional. This man was still practicing into his late, right? He retired like 4 years ago and he in his late 80s. This man was still a practicing doctor in his 80s. He's a podiatrist. That does not mean it. What does it mean because you have your doctorate degree? Like that doctorate degree say this person has all knowledge, all wisdom. No, it does not mean anything because there are people out there that are smarter than doctors. I'm not just talking about medical doctors. I'm talking about doctor of philosophy, doctor of psychology, doctor of education. It does not matter. Just because you have that degree, it does not make you superior or smarter than anybody. So what this lady just said right there, that's completely, to me, that's irrelevant. Just because you have your doctorate and you claim you've done what research? What research have you done specifically that showed and that you can show proof that a kid can sit there and say, I know that at 3 years old, I know as a 3 years old, I was sitting there thinking like, I know what I am. I'm a girl. I'm a boy. I know what my sexual orientation is. I'm feeling kind of sexual. Stop. Freaking 3-year-olds are doing nothing like that, man. Come on now, get real. So Fox News Digital reached out to the district and they said they will look into her comments to determine whether she violated policy. The district will look into the comments made at the conference and whether they align with the district policies or were made outside the scope of the employee's duties, a spokesperson said. The policy strongly supports the rights of transgender and gender nonconforming students in order to ensure a safe and civil environment, the district said. But it does not mean that you can just sit there and actually push these things down people who send their kids to school throat. I thought this would be a great tool that you can use with your students, McCrae said about the gender unicorn. You can download them, you can talk to them about it, and of course, it's age appropriate, she said. And even at 5 years old, you can ask them, are you a girl or a boy? And you explain that to them. Yes, you were born a girl or a boy, but you may not feel that way. And that right there is the biggest trick of the enemy. That is the trick of the enemy. Everything is not about concrete, factual stats. Everything is about your feelings right now. The reason why I got stuff coming at me on YouTube is because somebody was in their feelings. The reason why certain wars and stuff started, which you hear even in Greek mythology and Norse mythology, over a woman. I'm not blaming women. I'm saying feelings got in the way. Somebody's feelings got hurt. Somebody got butt hurt. It's about feelings now. Why would you tell a child that? Why would you tell a child? A child would feel like they are a lion. My son thought he was Simba. And then after that, he said he's sharp tooth off of Land Before Time. And then after that, he said that he was Karabu, whatever his name was, on Tarzan. He was a big, strong gorilla. I'm the gorilla daddy. He said that he was Superman because he felt like it. So if your child think that they're Superman, I want to see you go throw him off the Golden Gate Bridge. Your child feel like they can fly. I want you to go ahead and let your child fly. All of y'all, all you snow cone color haired, woke social justice warrior people. I want you to let your child watch a hero movie. And I want you to tell your child. Just look at Halloween. All of you who dressed your child up for Halloween, Spider-Man, Superman, Iron Man, I want you to let your child go and exercise those feelings by doing those actions. Let your child jump off a building and try to sling a web. Huh? Let your child take Thor's hammer and tell him to go ahead and stick a fork in his light socket or something like that so he can get some electricity. Huh? Go ahead and let your daughter be a fairy and go throw her off the house and let her fly. Let's see if she flies because she feels like she can fly. Because kids will do that. My youngest one, this boy will be on top of a deck and said, Dad, I can fly. I said, okay, come here. He jumped right to me. Now, my oldest one was like, well, Dad, there's a slight chance that you may not catch me. And if you don't catch me, I can hit the ground. If I hit the ground, I can break my neck. I can fracture my skull. I'm like, okay. You don't got to jump. You don't got to jump. So we doing everything based off of feelings right now, right? Because you want to do it based off a child feel. You were born a boy, you were born a girl, but you may not feel that way. Don't sit there and play with these children that are so innocent. Don't play with their minds like that. This says Wing Yuan Wu, a Californians of Equal Rights Foundation, told Fox Digital that there was a general issue of the U.S. of radical teacher activists promoting adult concepts at early age. There is a fine line between promoting understanding and transgenderism in older kids and adults, and including the cult among young children. The line is between free expression and grooming, she said. It's grooming. Instead of being a gatekeeper against toxic fads in education, radical activists are actively robbing America's young and vulnerable of their childhood innocence. Did I not just say that? By obsessing over dangerous gender ideology, what is worse is that such activism is encouraged, endorsed, and sponsored by teachers. Y'all, all this is helping usher in these teachers that want to sleep with little kids, these teachers that want to sleep with these 13, 12, 11-year-olds. That's what this is doing. Because I told y'all already at the 3rd and 4th grade in Illinois, they're already trying to teach these kids and want them to learn the concept and understand and comprehend what sexual consent is. Why would any kid need to learn what sexual consent is? All right, let me get back to this. Appreciate you guys hitting that like button right there. All right, really, really appreciate that. All right. At one point, McCrae was asked whether she was pushing toddlers into identifying sexuality or gender identity. She said, that attitude that you set the tone in your classroom, it depicts the classroom. So in my classroom, there's no boys' bathroom, no girls' bathroom. So I already set the tone, and I don't ask them, do you want to play with this doll? Everything is open to everyone and everyone to be yourself. Now, that right there, what she just said, I can agree with this to an extent. Because just think about it, guys, let's be real. In elementary school, if you had a school where the bathroom was in the classroom, everybody used that same bathroom. I will never forget, there was this little fair-skinned girl. I was in the 3rd grade, and I remember banging on the door, and I had to pee real bad, and I kept on hearing, I'm pulling up my pants. Her name was Sheila. Sheila, I remember that. 3rd grade. I kept banging on the door. I'm pulling up my pants. We all use the same bathroom. There was no concept of boy and girl. So let's be real as to why we ended up changing these bathrooms to men and women's bathrooms. Why did we start doing that? Because people came into sexual fruition and nobody wanted to share a bathroom with no man. No woman wanted to share a bathroom with no man. No man wanted to be in the bathroom with a woman. And at the same time, safety. People were trusting. People were sending little girls in the bath. Why would you want to send your little girl in the bathroom seeing a grown man there with his penis out peeing? Why would you want to send your little boy into a woman's bathroom when he go in there and there are no urinals? All there are toilets in there. And he watching everybody sitting down and peeing. All these women are coming out. Why would you do that? Anyway, so she said right here. So I already set the tone. I don't ask them, do you want to play with this doll or that doll? Let's be real and get some real stuff here, folks. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. All the ghetto kids that I grew up around, boys and girls, we played with everything. We played with dolls too. And that's why right now we acted out. I'm gonna go to the store and get some food, honey. Okay, honey. I'm gonna go to work. And what would you like for dinner, honey? I would like to get me some da. Make sure I want some steak and salad. Okay, honey. We'll put Barbie in her pink Corvette. Y'all remember the pink Corvette? What? We would put Barbie in the pink. Well, we would put her in a pink Corvette, and Ken had a blue Corvette. We made Ken go to work. We made Barbie go to the grocery store. Well, Tar, that's just a misogynistic, blah, 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 blah. All we were doing was emulating the stuff we seen on TV from watching any cartoon, any show, or something like that. And anything we saw going on in somebody else's house, that's what we were emulating. Now, I got to be square with y'all on this, though. I was scared and confused when I pulled and took Ken's clothes off. I was really confused. But then I figured it out when I got older. Ken's a white man. That's no, let me stop playing. Let me stop. No, but seriously, I was like, what's wrong with Ken? He's flat. He's flat down there. What's wrong with Ken? Then I went and I took Barbie's clothes off. And Barbie was stacked. But she didn't have no nipples, but she was stacked. I was like, whoa. Then I looked down that way. Hold on now. I'm really confused now. Barbie, she was smooth down there too. She was smooth just like Ken. Now, wait a minute. I'm confused. I know that when I go and pee, I don't know what girls got. So guess what? That sparked the conversation. Started asking our mom questions and all this. Mama, how come Ken don't got a ding-a-ling? We were sitting there like, Mom. She's like, what? We was like, Ken don't got a ding-a-ling. My mom was like, who is Ken? That little boy y'all be playing with down the street. Whoever Ken is, why don't he have a ding-a-ling? No, Mama, the toy, the Barbie and Ken. We was like, Ken don't got a ding-a-ling. And so then we was like, and then Barbie, you a kid, you like, Barbie don't got a ding-a-ling either. She's like, Barbie ain't supposed to have a ding-a-ling. She ain't supposed to have one. He was like, well, then what is she supposed to have? My mom said, literally, my mom was like, you know how you got a booty crack? And then your poop come out your booty? We were like, yeah. She was like, well, women got a crack that goes up the front too, and that's where pee comes out of. So she said, everybody got a booty hole. But then I'm just being real. That's my mama. She's like, everybody got a booty hole. She was like, but girls, they got a tootie hole. I was like, oh. So then that's all we knew. We knew that boys had a ding-a-ling as their front and girls had a tootie hole. So we thought girls got a tootie hole and they got a booty hole. Boys got a ding-a-ling and they got a booty hole. That was the end of that story. No more questions had to be asked. So did we understood? Right? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying that for is that we played with dolls. Let's just be real. Nobody was sitting there saying playing with dolls and being all feminine. No, it wasn't no, I'm not letting my kids play. No, my sons, they played with them too. They played out the roles that they saw in my house. My sons them had cousins that are female. When their cousins would come over and spend the night, my little nieces, they would bring their dolls over. My sons them had all the manly, toys and all that stuff like that. They had the strong toys, whatever like that. And my nieces would bring their Barbies, and they actually played, and they actually literally played out the roles. My nieces were interested in making sure that their dolls were all made up, and my sons, they was making their woman go out and make sure nobody's going to attack you because nobody's. That was all. That's what you do as kids. So it's nothing wrong with that, folks. Getting that straight now. We ain't getting into nobody talking about playing with nail polish and everything. Like, I ain't going there. We ain't gonna get all. I ain't getting all into all that. So anyway, she said, however, if the children in the classroom say that certain toys are for a specific gender, McCrae said she would shut it down. And if it was me as a parent, I would tell her, you will not let my son sit there and play with no nail set. Nope. No. You will not. I don't know what type of toys y'all have in there these days, but in today's world, you will not let my son put on one of the costume dresses in the classroom and put on the costume heels. You will not do that. If I had a daughter, you will not have my daughter doing any of these things by like putting on men's clothes and trying to do things that the men do. Like, you are not going to be doing it to my daughter. You are not going to tell my daughter that she can go into the boys' bathroom. Come on, man. Stop with all this nonsense, man. All right. I don't know what she means by this. I was amazing how the children do that, and they put each other in check about that. If they say something that you learn at home, boys do that, girls do that, but I shut that down in my classroom. I don't allow children to do that. She added that if parents do not like how she conducts her classroom, they have the option to go to another classroom. My child would be out of there. My child would be out of there. Parents, y'all need to make a statement to people like this woman right here. Take your child out of the classroom. Nope, you're not teaching my child that. Now, the district told Fox News that SCUSD believes parents and families are equal partners in education. Nuh-uh. We are equal partners in education when it comes to the basic of the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s, the reading and writing and all that. But when it comes to actual dealing with things that you deal with personally in life, you are not going to do that to my child. You are not going to be teaching that to my child because it is something from somebody else's mind. It is something from somebody else's household. And it comes from a lineage of disgusting pedophilia people. That's where it comes from. What? Y'all listen to me. All the things that we're being taught in school right now, it came from somebody. It came from somebody. Us learning about gravity, us learning about relativity, us learning about physics, us learning about geometry. Somebody came up with the concept and used those things in life to benefit human beings with our beautiful structures and things that we're seeing right now. But what I'm saying, when it comes to the oracles of life, the school is not responsible for that, nor should they be. And I find it very interesting that these schools do not talk, teach, promote how to thrive and function in a relationship, but they would rather teach them sex. They're turning you into nothing more than animals. America has the highest divorce rate. You think? Why is that? Nobody knows how to function in a relationship. Nobody knows how to deal with nobody knows how to accept that you are not going to like your husband all the time. That's fine. They don't want to teach you. You are not going to like your wife all the time. That's fine. That's part of it. But because you don't like them for the time being, whatever like that, it does not mean that you are still not married. They don't teach you guys. They don't teach that. They don't teach relationship. They don't teach how to function. They don't teach you how to strategically argue with having it in your heart and your mind that you want to arrive to a conclusion. It's fine if sometimes you sleep in another room so y'all heads can cool your tongue so you don't say nothing out of place. That's fine. That's what a marriage is, but they don't teach that. Marriage is not about you just being happy all the time. Stop with that nonsense. And because you're not happy, that means something's wrong with my relationship. No, it's not. That's what a relationship consists of. It consists of love sometimes. It consists of hate sometimes. It consists of agreeing sometimes. It consists of disagreeing sometimes. It consists of laughing. It consists of crying. It consists of being good. It consists of being bad. That's why you say all those things in your vows. And you promise to love that person through that. You promise to stay with them through that. So then why are you getting a divorce? Teaching people how to function in a relationship is way more beneficial. I would put 10 G's down on it. I would bet 10 G's on it that if they started teaching relationships in school in a fundamental way, along with parents backing up that, I guarantee you will see a whole lot more thriving marriages in America. But they don't want that. Because you know what that means? That means it's going to be some type of family. And family is the number one threat to this system right now, plain and simple, folks. Plain and simple. Relationship needs to be taught before sex. Relationships need to be taught before sexuality. Kids not even learning how to even deal with their own feelings right now. They don't even know how to learn to cope with what's going on in their world right now. Heck, at that age, they still mad if they don't get to do certain things, or if they don't get a certain toy, if they don't get a bike, they still concerned with that. But you want them to be concerned about things that's dealing with adult themes. And you wonder why. Look at the generation right now. The entitled, crybaby, soft, always in their feelings, always in. Look at that generation right now. Can you imagine the kids in school right now? How they're going to be? Oh my God, I'm a young man. I'm telling you, I'm young. I'm 40. I bet by the time I'm 50, we're going to be here like, okay, the world has gone completely mad. These kids are out of there. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like the ones out there right now, the snow cone color hair crew, social justice warriors, them, if they're like this right now, imagine the ones that's coming behind them. Woo, woo. The beauty of it is that when you have a family, those principles, those oracles, those things can be instilled in your children at a very young age. You can have it in there. My two sons right there, they already know. They already know when they have kids, their kids are in good hands. Because grandpa, when I become that, I'm not gonna be no grandfather though. It's gonna be something cool. They're gonna call me something. They're gonna call me something like I don't know. I'm not gonna be Pa. I'm not gonna be grandpa. I'm not gonna be I told my sons, I'm gonna let their kid, whatever their kid call me, I'm gonna let their kid do that. My sons accidentally called their grandma something and she loves it. And they still call her that today. They just called it out of the blue. They know when they wanted her attention, they called her that. And when they called her that, she loved it. Mimo. Like, what? Mimo. Like, what? Mimo. They been Mimo. And then over like, look, y'all can't be grown talking about some Mimo. Like, what? Can't help it though. Mimo. That's what they call him. Mimo. Like, wait, what? Why they start calling? Who told her that? I don't know. But that's what they did. But she feels so special. My sons are the only two out of all of her grandchildren that calls her that. Everybody else calls her grandma. So she feels special because they call her that. So whenever I become a grandfather, if they say something that's, I'm like, yeah, you can call me that. I don't care if they be like DD. Yep, yes, I am. I'm DD. So anyway, the reason why I'm saying that right there is this. What has been installed into my two sons from me, I know that it's going to get passed down into their children. Well, no, Ty, you got to consider they're going to have a wife. Yeah, I know that. Y'all, I'm different. When them two boys get to dating, I'm very involved. Ty, come on now. I'm going to be very involved. I am very, very passionate and very strong towards people thriving in relationships. I pride myself on the young people that I've helped already get themselves into marriages and still thriving today, and let alone my own too. Oh, y'all, yeah. Y'all know how it is where they show like y'all seen movies where have you guys seen the movies like where if a father has a daughter and the daughter is getting ready to be picked up by a guy, the father goes, hey, let me holler at you. I already told my wife, I'm doing the same thing. I don't care because it's a girl. I do not care. Y'all think I'm crazy, don't y'all? I'm a father. I know what happens. I know what goes on out there in those streets. Uh-uh. I'm reading through stuff. I'm going to be the type of father to where what's her name? Who's her parents? Who's her people? Do she got a brother? Do she got a sister? What are their names? I don't know. When y'all go out again, I want you to make sure you come back with those questions answered for me, son. All right. Y'all have a good time. You know what to do. I don't got to have no talk with you. That's it. I have to sit down now, son. I'm just saying, your mother and I taught you really well. And make sure that if you're going to go out with that girl, if you're going to, kiss, then no, I already have it in there. Here's no, ain't no kissing. See, I did it to them at a young age. When they turn to 13, 14, we know ain't no kissing. No. That's for when you become exclusive. So, Dad, I can't kiss her goodnight. That's only on TV. That's in movies. See, y'all think I'm crazy. I know we just switch subjects. The reason why I told them that is because I told them, like I did with their mother. When my wife went on our date, she was confused as all get up. Because after our first date, when I dropped my wife off at home, I walked her to the door. I didn't. Y'all, I'm just sorry, y'all. I'm different. I don't want to be like nobody. So I didn't walk her to the door and I didn't go, oh, I had a nice time. It was a great evening. We knew it was a great evening. I walked her to her door and I said, you good from here? She said, yes. I said, well, you enjoy your night. She said, okay. And she leaned in like this. And when she did that, I grabbed her hand and I shook it. And then I walked off. You could call me corny as all you want to. Say what you want to. Say what you want to. But before you try to jump down me and say anything, listen to this. Later on that night, my wife called me. She said, did I do something wrong? Well, she was my date. She was my date. She said, did I do something wrong? I said, no. I said, why? She's like, well, I thought that we had a really, really good time. I said, no, I really enjoyed it. I said, you my first date. I mean, gosh, I ain't been on nothing like that. And since freaking, you can call it a date, 7th, 8th grade. I said, no, I had a great time. She said, well, I was just wondering because, something happened whenever you were dropping me off at the door. I said, huh? She said, so I just didn't know, did I offend you? Or I said, no, you didn't offend me. She's like, well, did I do something wrong? I was like, no, you didn't do nothing wrong. It was so sweet too, y'all. I love her to death. She's like, well, it's just that I was just trying to salute you and, give you a kiss and, you didn't kiss me. I said, yeah. She's like, is that something because you don't? I said, no. I said, the reason why I shook your hand and I walked away, I said, because if I would have felt your lips touch mine, and I would have felt your breast touch my chest, you would have set off fireworks that I did not want set off. She goes, oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, I understand that. I said, yeah, it had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with me. Because I'm just telling you, I worked myself up. I had myself disciplined like nobody's business. And I was not about to screw it up because I was literally courting and dating because I really was looking for a wife. And I know that I was young, but I was very mature. I was looking for a wife. Call it what you want to, but guess what? After we got married, or even though I'll just say by the time we were getting ready to get married, my wife said that made her just want to eat me up. Player. No. Seriously. That right there. She said it made her just like, she said she like when she said she just like all that night, she was just like, oh my God. She just like, yeah. Because that was look, and like I said, that was original. So what I'm saying that for is this. Whenever mine go out on dates, I'm going to find out where these girls' heads is. Now, my youngest one, Brandon, he's a lot like me. He's very logical. He's very, very logical. That one, the oldest one, he's a lot like his mom. He holds his own, but he definitely got an emotional side to him. I'm not gonna sit there in front. But my youngest one, he just like dad. That boy, he just like me. He will sit there and just be logical. He don't care about you crying. He would just still see things through logical. Everybody's different. Point is, no matter what, with both of them, because I know what they would get themselves into, because I know what I encountered on the streets. I know what I saw in church relationships as well. I know that my sons are going to look at that as serious as I do. My sons right now, they're not dating just to be dating because it's a thing to do. My sons already had it instilled at a very young age in their minds and in their hearts. The only reason they will have listen to this. Y'all think it's crazy, but I'm telling you, this is deep. The only reason that they would have any inclination to want to date, because they know that if they do, they are doing it with the intentions of wanting to get married. They already have it instilled in them that they are not dating for recreation. They're not dating for sport, because relationships is a serious thing. And we do not take it serious here in this world. We don't take it serious here, at least in America. It is a serious thing. Hearts and feelings and spiritual ties all are being played with. It is a real serious thing. So no, they have not been taught to sit there and do dating because of it's a sport or it's recreational or it's something that you just do. I didn't let them get involved in none of that cliche stuff out there. Oh, when you're 16 years old, you're going to want a girlfriend. No, I didn't. We didn't talk about that in our house. See what I'm saying? If you don't sit there and put this stuff in their face and pound this stuff in their face, they will not want it and desire it. It won't happen until it comes naturally. Like one came to me and be like, "Oh yeah, so dad, I've been seeing these different girls at work, and I can tell you this, my oldest one, he's like, I can tell you this. He said, I'm really attracted to like Puerto Rican girls and Spanish girls and Latino girls or Mexican girls, or it can be Indian girls. He is really attracted to them. And he's also attracted to Asian girls, like Asian, like I'm talking about like Japanese and Chinese girls. That's what he's attracted to. The youngest one, we had this conversation. He's like, I don't really care who I'm attracted. He's I don't really care about, I don't really have a specific person I'm attracted to, but he said, I know I don't want no girl that's gonna be like ghetto and hood, like a lot of my like he said, like a lot of his cousins. He don't want nothing like that. And I was like, and I was like, so what do you mean? Like, do you want? He's like, well, he's not, he's and just like I was. Neither one of them are attracted to dark skinned girls, like girls that are like my complexion and darker. They're not attracted to their mom is not like that. So a lot of times you find out that people are attracted to what their parent look like. My wife, the way she looks, and I'm like my son talking about he like Hispanic looking girl. I'm like, okay, they all still the ones you describe, and they they look. Your mama got that same skin tone. She got the hair and all that. So yeah, yeah, okay. But the other one is the same. He's equal opportunity, unless you just real dark. He's not attracted to that. But the point is, these conversations came naturally. I didn't sit down and go, now, son, you're going through adolescence right now, and you're gonna be dating girls. No, I didn't encourage that. You encourage that when you do that. Right now, they're focusing on their schooling. They're focusing on becoming men. They're focusing on becoming the practice of being possible great partners with their possible courting date person. That's what their focus is right now. Matter of fact, the focus is all about what they're going to be doing as a career. That's what that is. They know this. I told them women are going to come, Braylon. They're going to come. They get their looks from me and they mama, but I look better. No, I'm just playing. No, they get they look. I'm about to mess with my wife, so I look better than my wife though. But anyway, my wife is fine too. So I mean, me and my wife, if y'all seen both of us, I don't know. It might be like a draw unless she pulls some Joe Biden stuff and have everybody dead voting for her. No, I'm just playing, y'all. Let me just quit playing. No, my wife is good looking though. But for real, what I'm saying that for is that my sons are not going to have no problem getting no females, and they know that. But now that they know that, the logical part kicks in. Again, you are not going to be dating these girls unless you have intentions on marrying. If you have no desire to want to marry, then there's no reason should you be getting into a relationship and asking for a girl's heart, her attention, her time. You should not be doing that if you're not ready to get married. Dating and relationships is not just to be doing something just because it's recreational, ladies and gentlemen. I know that the world screwed y'all all over and told y'all that and made y'all think that, but it's not. It never was. It never was intended for you just to be doing that. I'm talking about serious kissing, hugging, holding hands, walking through the park and sitting down. You stand here, they're standing there. I'm talking about things like that with multiple females or multiple males, vice versa. It was not meant to be like that. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you. So anyway, folks, wow. I don't know how I got off on that, but y'all know when I do things like that, it was for a reason, it was for a purpose. I'm pretty sure what I said tonight probably helped a few of you guys who might have children or something like that you might have teenagers just getting ready to go through certain age things like that. But I'm telling you right now, the best thing you can do for your child right now is let them know that Relationships is key before they get into the dating. And summary too of this whole ordeal, make sure that you are constantly talking to your children. Make sure you are constantly asking them what they learned in class. Make sure you know what your children's curricula is, because I'm telling you, nobody was going to pull nothing off on me. I knew every single thing my sons were doing through class. Me as a father, because I did not have one, I made sure that my focus, number one, because I didn't have a father. I didn't know that I did not have one. I had a father by title, but he wasn't there in our lives like that. God bless him. He's passed on. He became a great guy. He became a great man. So that's not what I'm talking about. My point is, the very thing that I lacked in having as a kid, I made sure I was going to give them everything. I'm involved. I'm at every this. I will leave work to go to this. I did not care. I'm involved. I was so involved when I went to my sons' them conferences. Whenever they first started school, I met the teacher and I let her know, you will not have a problem with my son at all. Oh, that's so sweet. No, ain't no sweet. I'm serious. Oh, yeah, I'm not. I'm not laughing. I'm telling you, Miss Thompson, that one right there, you're not gonna have a problem with him. Oh, I know that a lot of parents say that their kids are angels. No, you don't understand. My children will not be a problem in your classroom. I would bet you $100 this whole year, Miss Thompson. I did this. I guarantee you won't have a problem out of my son. Oh, sir. Well, hey, look, I've been a teacher for 30 years, and I'm telling you, kids I'm telling you, I get what all those other kids did. I guarantee you mine don't. I bet they don't. Y'all think I lost or won? That was easy money. No, sons didn't have no problem with nothing like that whatsoever with Miss Thompson in there. Absolutely nothing. You want to know why? Before they ever started school, discipline was instilled in them early. From the time that they were able to have any understanding or concept of moving around and getting into danger, things like that, fatherhood started. Discipline started. The training started. Plain and simple. You have to be involved in every aspect of your child's life. You have to ask them what's up. You have to ask them what's going on. You have to make sure that you open it up for them to be able to come and talk to you about anything. Because, I mean, once you establish that at a young age anyway, your kid's going to feel comfortable coming to you talking about anything anyway, period. Plain. That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying that because what you have right here is these teachers on here saying these things about these these kids. They're trying to teach your kids hypersexuality. And I'm telling you, it's going to be complete wrong, because the innocence of these kids' mind, those kids are going to go out and practice those things they are teaching in school. They are going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you they're going to do it. You're going to hear stories. You're going to see videos about people catching some kids with their pants down and stuff. I mean, you already heard of that anyway. You're going to hear stories about videos that they say, we can't show you this, but this happened at Washington Elementary. 2 kids were engaged. Both of their pants was down. The little boy had an erection and he was grinding on a girl. You're going to, I guarantee you're going to hear it. If it ain't already been heard, you're going to hear it. And why would they be doing anything like that? Why? Is because the teachers them are showing them. When you teach a child how to do math, what do you have them do? When teachers teach you how to write, how do you get graded? You have to put into practice what you were taught. You remember how they had us doing in cursive writing? You had the monkey tails and you had to connect them and all that. And they gave you the little dots to start your little A off and all. Y'all remember those days? You had that big old giant pencil like this. You had to write like this with it. You are graded based off your performance. Your performance will show proof that you actually comprehended and understood what the teacher was teaching you. That's why they have you test. What is going to be the test that these children understand what these teachers are trying to implement into their innocent minds? What's going to be the test? The test is going to be them doing these same acts on other kids. And then one of you parents going to be showing up ready to kill somebody because your child going to come home and say, hey, Jimmy touched me down here, mommy. Jimmy rubbed me down here like this. Ah, who touched you? You're going to go to the teacher. Why is Jimmy touching on my little daughter's vagina? Where the teacher going to go, oh, I'm glad you asked. See, we have this book called... Oh, here, matter of fact, I'm glad you asked that. We have a book here called The Gender... Get that book out of my... Your parents, I know y'all gonna go off. All you gonna care about is that little boy was rubbing on your little girl's vajayjay. Vice versa. If your son comes back to you and you see him doing like this, what's wrong? Oh, Jennifer touched me downhill, mommy. She do like this downhill. She do like this, and teacher said that it's okay. She said it's cussing. It's what? It's kissing. It's what? It's spell, mommy. Is CON CENT, constant. And she said that it's okay. Y'all gonna lose your minds. I'm telling y'all, it's going to, they're teaching the kids to do that because the kids are going to go out and put in practice what they're teaching them. That's what's going to happen, folks. So anyway, we got some, y'all, look, our minds are grown. But I do have some nieces and nephews that are young. I have a lot of godchildren that are young. I'm staying on this. All the ones that we mentor right now, they don't get none of this. A lot of the parents, hey, we signed over partial guardianship to Ty. These are the things that we're giving Ty. These are things that we're giving Ty precedence over. Ty can do this. Ty can be involved in the schoolwork. Ty can do this. Ty can deny this. Ty can deny that. And that's what we do. None of my mentorees are getting sexual education at all. None. Ask me how many of them are pregnant. Ask me how many of them are sexually active. If they're sexually active, they're doing it behind closed doors, and their parents are not doing the part that I'm telling them to do as far as keeping them from doing things like that. Ask me. Let me, my wife, 21 years. What, 21 years? Let's just say 18 years going strong. Ask me how many of the kids that I mentor got some baby mamas. Ask me how many kids that I mentor have babies, period. And the ones that do have babies, they're married. And the ones that are not married, they're in a long-term relationship with the person that they've been with. It works, ladies and gentlemen. Our parenting styles are not the same. It don't have to be. I'm just saying what I'm doing is working. Plain and simple. You have to be very involved. You have to be willing. It's nothing to me to be a father. It's nothing. It's not hard. Is it hard to be a man? No. Because that's what I am. Is it hard to be a father? No. That's what I am. Period. It's easy. I know the world, well, man, parenthood is hard. No, it's not. If being a parent is hard for you, is because you have let your kids get some type of leverage over you to where they are actually doing some type of thing to where they have some sort of control and you feel like you can't get it back. Otherwise, parenting is not hard. My little kids that I mentor that are grown right now, got their own children. Guess what they say? They say it's funny because we call this Mr. Ty style discipline. I like that. Mr. Ty style discipline. You son, do you want the Mr. Ty discipline? No, I don't want. And now the kids looking at me like, he's like, that's Mr. Ty right there. What? My daddy makes me do your things. Like, wait a minute, I'm a nice guy though, but I get it though. Stay involved in your children's lives, folks. It matters because the school, they are going to indoctrinate your kids with this stuff. They're going to impregnate their subconscious in their minds. And once those kids get out of school, the result of what these schools have did to these kids is going to be left for you to deal with. Everybody talking about everything is mental there. Mental health. Why all of a sudden mental health became a thing now? Why did in the last year and a half or something, mental health became a huge thing? I know the pandemic got something to do with it there and all that. I get that. But all of a sudden, everything is a mental health issue now. Go back and see what was being taught in the school's curriculum. All of a sudden, everybody got mental issues. So the next phase y'all going to have coming in, sex is going to be a huge thing. It's already they got pornography in their hands right now. But trust me when I tell you, sexual assault is going to be one of the highest things out there. Folks not going to be able to control it because they instill it in these kids. And again, once they instill it in your children through grade school, on through high school, when those kids get on their own, you're going to have some freaks out there that are crazy, on some pedophilia-like type stuff. You're going to have an influx of hypersexuality generational kids. And the school systems do not care because they instill it in them and they're leaving you with the results. With that being said, folks, appreciate you guys all being out there. Shout out to all my moderators in here. Shout out to Non, Fatal, and Red. I really appreciate you guys' work. Appreciate you guys taking your time out and making sure the channel is running smoothly. Love you guys for doing that. Everybody else, I'm getting ready to get out of here. Don't forget to hit that like button so it can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm. I'm getting ready to do some gaming. I got to play me some God of War Ragnarok. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.